Hello everyone. In this session, we will understand about match case in Python. It's a relatively new concept introduced in Python 3.10. Match case allows programmer to run a code segment based on the value of a variable. Also serves the same purpose for which we use if else. Any if else statement can be translated into match case statement as well. In match case, readability will increase compared to nested if else. Let's understand what is match case and how can we implement it in our Python code. Match case will have a number of conditions in it. Based on one specific condition, a code segment will execute. So as you can see here, within a match case, there could be a number of cases. Case 1, case 2, case 3 and case default as well. There could be hundreds of cases. I have only given some example here. Now what case 1 will have? It will have a condition. Each and every case will have some condition to fulfill. If the condition is true or satisfied, then only the code segment written for that case will be executed. No other code segment will execute. If no condition is matched in case 1, case 2, case 3, always default code segment will execute. So that means it will start from case 1. In case 1, it will check the condition. If it is true, then the code segment written within case 1 will be executed. If not, then it will check again what is the condition for case 2. If that is true, then the code segment within case 2 will be executed. Similarly, it will check each and every cases unless it satisfies one of the condition. If no condition is returning true, in such cases, case default will be executed. Remember, case default is not a mandatory case to be included in all match cases in Python. If your use case is something where you have to use case default, you can use it. Otherwise, you may not use it as well. Let's understand the syntax. What it does, match takes a variable to check what is the value within that variable. Based on that, it compares the cases. Each and every case will have a specific condition. If the condition is met, then only the code segment within that case will be executed. Remember, default case, as there is no specific condition, we write case underscore, case space underscore. This means the default case, what we have explained it here. Let's understand a match case statement with an example. In this line, parameter equal to y, basically we are creating a specific memory location and providing a name which is parameter and assigning a value y. Y is nothing but a character. Now, based on parameter value, we can run a specific code segment. As you can see, this match and case, these two are the keywords. That means Python compiler has a special meaning for this match and case. Now, what we are telling here, basically match parameter is nothing but the variable. So, match this variable, content of this variable with the cases. If the parameter content is y, then case y will be executed and it will print yes. If the content is n, that means instead of y there will be n, and case y will not execute at that time. Why? Because now my parameter has a value which is n. So, case y will not execute at that time, it will be false. And if it is false, obviously this print yes will not execute, it will jump to the next case. In this case, again it will check what is the content of parameter and what is the case. If both are same, as you can see here, parameter consists n and the case is also n, in such cases print no will be executed. When the parameter content is a, in such cases case y will not execute. Why? Because the content is a, not y for parameter variable. That is the reason it will be false. This case will be false, and if this case is false, this print will not execute. It will directly jump to the next case. In this case also, the value is n, not a. That is the reason it will not execute print no as well. It will jump to the next case. This case is nothing but the default case. Why? Because if you see here, case underscore is there. So, if we can see case underscore, we have to understand this is the default case. If no other cases are true, then only default case will execute, otherwise not. So, in this case, as y is failing, n is failing, then obviously default case will be executed and it will print not sure. I created a new Python file called tutorial 7 for this purpose. In this Python source code, we will understand about match case in Python. Here what we are doing, we are taking two values from user. You know that input is a function which can take values from users in Python. And we also know that input always takes the value in terms of string or text. If we want to convert it in integer, we can do an explicit typecasting. That is what I have done here. For typecasting, I have a video. If you are not aware about typecasting in Python, you can go through my videos to understand what is implicit typecasting and explicit typecasting. Here, this is explicit typecasting. As a programmer, we are converting the data type from string to int. Why we are converting this? Because we want to develop a simple calculator using match case in Python code. If you see, that means in number 1, user will provide some integer value. In number 2, user will provide another integer value. We are taking an operator. Based on that operator, we are matching the specific case. If our operator is plus or the addition operator, then we are performing addition of those two numbers. If it is minus or subtraction, then we are subtracting number 2 from number 1. Similarly, for multiplication and division, I have written the different cases. This is nothing but the default case, which is case space underscore. So, for example, here, as our operator is not an arithmetic operator, that's the reason I want my code to print unknown operator. For such situations, we can use default case. And this printf is out of that match case statements. You can easily understand it by its indentation. Remember, in Python, indentation is very important. Now let's run this code to understand how it is working. First, concentrate on line number 3 and 4. For line number 3, we have to provide a number, enter a number. That is what is printed here. And then it is waiting for user to provide some integer value. Let me provide 5 and then enter. It went to line number 4. Enter another number. That is what has been printed here. Let me provide 5 again. If you see here, unknown operator got printed out. Why? Because our operator contains hash and there is no case which has hash in it. We have case plus, we have case minus, multiplication and division. So obviously all these previous cases will not execute, and that's the reason default case will execute and it is printing unknown operator. It is also printing, irrespective of the case, it is printing program ended successfully, because this print is outside of this match. Let me change the operator from hash to plus and then run the program again. I have to enter two numbers, 5 and 5. As you can see, the answer is 10. Why? Because now case plus or case addition has been executed successfully, and number 1 and number 2 will be added together. That's the reason it is showing us 10. Let me perform division operation. The same 5 and 5, it's giving us 1. And as we have done the division operation, that's the reason it's coming as 1.0. Similarly, you can test with multiplication as well. It will work in the same way addition, subtraction and division work. Thank you for watching this video.